Joined now by Coach Brockman. And Coach, got to be pleased with the way your guys bounced back here today and got a big win here on the road in the GLIAC.
Yeah, we could just take our last interview and just reverse all the statements. So, the best thing is, myself, Coach Moan, the staff, we were allowed to coach, and we coached our guys the last couple of days, and they responded. So you never know. You never know if they're going to cave, for a little while longer or pout or stay in their feelings. But we coached them up, and they played really good today.
Obviously,
I'm proud of them.
Obviously, you got off to a great start in that first half. Went with a little bit of a lineup change here for the first time this season, and sometimes that little change maybe gives you the spark you need here early on.
Yeah, probably. Probably. But we have a lot of good players, and we could start a lot of different people, and there's a lot of people that deserve to start on our team. But you got to shake it up, and 9 times out of 10, it's nothing against. If they're pouting, that's one thing. But other than that, it's about how they're playing as a basketball player. All these guys as human beings, it's family. We really, really preach that, and we mean it. So playing time is not tied to their self-worth as a person, okay? But you still have to play good in order to play more. And, we had to shake it up a little bit, and I think it woke some people up, and, we'll see how long it can last.
You've been saying for a few weeks that Logan Ryan does some great things in practice for you, and certainly had an outstanding game. His best game as a Bulldog was 17 points here today.
Yeah, he was dominant. He was dominant in the low block, but stepped out and made a few plays, and from Canton, so not too far, and Canton boys had a lot of people here today, so that was a special memory, and I'm pretty happy. Life on the road in the GLIAC is hard, and under the weather a little bit, the Bronkema family. So we're just trying to be warriors ourselves and do the best we can at our jobs and being who we are. So it was a tough road trip. We learned a lesson at Ashland that you never want to have to relearn, but it seems like you always have to every once in a while during the season. And then we stepped up today, showed our true character. Super happy for the guys, and they played well. And we only really had 2 spurts where we didn't play well. We didn't close the half well, and then we had kind of some careless turnovers there once in the second half. Other than that, I thought we were really focused.
Obviously, here you mentioned the support from the Canton area. You had a couple other guys from this area, and there's always a lot of alumni players, former players in the building. What's it like playing here in Detroit and having that special feeling with those guys that are in attendance?
Well, it always is fun, and it's hard for it's hard for Wayne because a lot of the teams have players from this area just because it's rich in basketball tradition, and we actually have a little less than normal, and we want more. But with Jalen out, but we Walt and Greg and Logan, even Ben, these East Side guys, and yeah, it's fun. We see a lot of people. I mean, when James Chappelle comes, to the halftime huddle and comes, into the locker room at halftime, it just brings back all those good feelings about when he played and being a Bulldog, and it just brings back the memories about going to his wedding and hanging out with the guys, and just, his wife was there too at halftime. So it's special, and just to see the faces, it is a lot of fun, and it's a lot more fun after a win, because if you remember last year we were here and we missed that buzzer beater, and it was a tough day for us.
Obviously, a chance to go back home now. 4 straight games going back home here in the month of February. Has to feel nice after a long month here with a lot of road games here in January.
Yeah, I guess they say it evens out in the end, so we got a few coming our way. All I can really tell you is if we play harder than the other team, I like our chances, and if we don't, we're going to get beat. So we've learned that once again on the road here, and I also thought, a sub story was just our ball movement. When you were announcing the game, you probably noticed we got a lot more passes per possession and some more post touches, and that felt good. And it helps Walt out because he doesn't have to work so hard just to score, one-on-one with all the defense looking at him. It's like you trying to ISO and noon ball. We're all ganging up in the gaps, and we're not going to let you score, Robert.
Obviously, exciting game here, and you guys got off to a great start, following it up on a great win for the Bulldog women's team.
Oh, my goodness. In overtime, and then the last second shot, and just life on the road, and just to see the joy from their staff and the girls. And honestly, you take that feeling into your game, and it sticks with you because you're happy for them, and getting to sweep together. They're having one heck of a year. They avenged that loss to Wayne State. Wayne State's a tough matchup for them. Wayne's played us tough on the women's side, and to get that victory and stay up top on the north side, it's a big deal. And they got a really good team, and they're fun to watch. I got some daughters, and so do you. So they got a lot of good girls to look forward to watching and trying to be like.
Well, Coach, congratulations again on the win, and we'll talk to you again on Thursday.
All right, Robert. Thanks.
We'll be back with more Ferris State basketball coverage in 60 seconds on Sunny 97.3.